Just to get even with something you think you got against me, this is what you end up doing. Going to jail.
For what?
Vashons don't go to jail, Papa. You know that. You've heard Grandpa say it 1,000,000 times. I've even heard you say it. Nah, you better get on the phone. Lawyers, right? You better get me some lawyers. Vashons don't go to jail.
Chris Vashon, you're under arrest on suspicion of armed robbery and assault.
How you doing, Piggy? Find any missing hubcaps lately? Did he make bail?
He not only got out on bail, but Harvey Mathis and Drew got it reduced to $25,000.
Drew's a smart lawyer, don't he?
What's he getting mixed up with the Vashons for, Steve? Isn't he running for the Senate next year?
Sure. Running for the Senate takes a lot of money. What do you bet this is the fattest fee he ever got? Now, let's make sure he earns it the hard way. By losing.
Take it easy, Dad. See, I'm not in jail.
You're out on bail, that's all. You've still got to stand trial.
Relax. We got the best lawyers on the island. You'll get me acquitted.
Lawyers are for window dressing. It's here you'll get acquitted.
Yeah? How?
Just wait. You might learn something. Hello. Sasaki, yes. Tell me. Good, Sasaki. Stay by the phone. This is how you get acquitted. We'll begin with those friends of yours.
Lance and Stu? What happened?
Better than they deserve. A trip to the mainland with $5,000 each in their pockets. It turns out there's money in robbing hotels after all.
Terrific.
Sean's been seen in town with 2 other kids. We don't know their names yet, but I got a good description of one of them. In a bar they hung around in.
Good, Ben, good.
This is how it lines up so far, Steve. The manager of the apartment house definitely connects Vashon and N. Douglas. Same person, right? The assistant manager at the second holdup places him in the sport coat. The tailor identifies him as the one who bought the sport coat. And one of the hotel guests identifies the lighter as the one we found in the sport coat. And that fence, Quan, identifies him as the kid who dumped the stolen goods. I've gone into court with a lot less, and I've come out with a conviction.
Well, let's go in and get this one then, John.
Yeah, sure. How those other 2 kids slid out of sight like that. I'd love to have them to really nail this down.
Don't worry, you'll have them. But let's sew up Chris Vashon now.
Yes? Mm-hmm. What was that one again? Oh, yes. Good. Thank you. You'll receive something in the mail.
What was that?
Young man who works at the Hall of Justice and enjoys getting things in the mail.
Tasaki, I've got the DA's witnesses. Have you got a pencil? Yeah, I'll wait. Lawyers. As I said, just window dressing. This is where the work gets done. You ready? Lo Wu Singh, a tailor.
May I help you?
Honorary Vashon sent me. He's interested in buying your shop. He's made what he considers a most generous offer. Would you accept cash?
Honorary Vashon wants to buy my...
Yes, and that way you can return to Taiwan, where we understand you have an aged father who'd be most overjoyed to spend his remaining days in your care.
Good evening, Hawaiian Regent. I'm speaking to Mr. Vashon to work for you at the Trimaran Club as manager.
Mrs. Finnerty, I ask you to look at this garment. Is this the garment you've previously described as having been worn by one of the young men who held you up and robbed the safe at the Regent Hotel where you are employed?
Well, I couldn't say absolutely for sure.
You couldn't say for sure?
Well, it happened so quick-like, I could hardly notice what they
Mrs.
all
Faraday,
had
may I
on.
remind you that we have your signed statement taken at the time of the robbery in which you meticulously describe a certain sports coat as being worn by one of these young
I was all
men.
shook up. And when you're all shook up, you're liable to say things
Mrs.
that later
Faraday,
on...
may I remind you that withholding evidence in a criminal prosecution
Your
is in
Honor,
itself a...
Counsel is browbeating the witness.
Mr. District Attorney.
I withdraw the question, Your Honor. Mr. Suriyami, is that gentleman seated at that table there the same man who rented apartment 10J under the name of N. Douglas?
Well, it could be. No, it couldn't be. I don't see too well. The gentleman in 10J, he only come in and out very quickly.
Both of them cleared out, Steve. Both the tailor who made the sports jacket and the fence who received it.
They were under subpoena.
Well, you find them and we'll try to extradite them. It will only take 6 or 8 months.
What about the guy who owns the cigarette lighter? Have we at least got him? What happened?
His daughter on the mainland suddenly contracted a very mysterious ailment. He had to fly back to Wichita.
Your Honor, move that the charges against the defendant, Chris Vashon, be dismissed on the grounds that the prosecution has failed to make out a prima facie case against him.
Granted. The defendant is acquitted. Case dismissed.
You paid a lot for that verdict, Vashon, but it's nothing to what you're going to pay.
Excuse me, my grandson declared not guilty. It would not be wise to suggest that the facts are otherwise.
He hasn't been declared anything. There just wasn't anyone around with enough guts to testify against him. Next time we'll be smarter.
So much for the pigs, huh, Grandpa?
Pigs? There are pigs worth 10 times your brain. You're a fool. Money was spent and lives disarranged to save you from your own foolishness. Did you hear McGarrett say next time he'll be smarter? Take it to heart. He will be smarter, and you had better be smarter, because no more money will be spent on you, you stupid boy. You listen to your father. He's not been arrested by these pigs you're so contemptuous of. Honoré.
Yes, Father.
My son was brought up better than yours. This one, I don't see any scars. My son has scars.